What is going on, guys? Welcome back to Run My Crypto. Thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you guys are having an amazing day today. So what I want to do is jump into this video, guys, and this is basically going to take you down the understanding path of knowledge behind cryptocurrency and what to expect going forward, guys. These are some critical times in cryptocurrency. So ultimately what I want to do is basically put you guys on the right path to understanding what to look forward to, how to basically figure out how to put some exit strategies together for this up and coming crypto bull run. So with that in mind, make sure you guys understand that this is not financial advice in no way, shape, or form. However, it is some education to help you be in position and be prepared for this up and coming bull run. So make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and that bell notification, and let's get into this video, guys. Make sure you watch through all the way to the end because you don't want to miss out, guys. Definitely 100%. Let's go. So essentially the main focus of what's coming next and what to expect in this bull run, guys, is obviously the Bitcoin halving. We really have to have an understanding of what is going to take place in the Bitcoin halving and what are the time periods or time frames that is going to be critical for our investments and our portfolios that we've been dollar cost averaging in for the past year or two. If you're barely new to crypto, you may have just gotten in. Maybe you lump summed invested into, a specific coin, something that's very popular is Internet Computer. You got Caspa, Celestia, HBAR, Wan't, Matic, and the list goes on. So you may have just gotten in into a project, but if you don't really understand, what's going to happen in the next coming months, it's going to be critical that you do as much research as you can. And that's why I'm here to make this video, so that you may be able to grab a little bit of information that may be able to guide you in the right direction to being successful in cryptocurrency, because it's a tough game. It's not an easy game. It has there's many elements that need to take place for success to be able to come to fruition in cryptocurrency. And one of them is doing massive research in the projects that you're investing in. Two is understanding what tokenomics lie behind these cryptocurrency projects that you're investing in. And then obviously the community, their roadmap, and certain other key information points like how long has the cryptocurrency project been around. And one of the biggest thing is understanding like what type of utility is allocated to this cryptocurrency project. I mean, does it make sense that this project, whatever the project is speaking to you, is it something that's going to be around for the next 10 years? Does it have any contributions to Web3 technology? What does the blockchain look like? Is it unique? Is it different from other blockchains, or is it just, performing like any other blockchain that is a mediocre cryptocurrency project? So these are very critical elements that you need to really dig into and be able to, at the end of the day, before you jump into a crypto project, you really want to ask yourself some certain questions. You really want to ask yourself questions like, is what this project saying, is it going to be able to, withstand a big influx of users? What are the transaction costs look like? Is the project really doing something that is out of the ordinary, that's going to change the way that, we live and the way that we do things with this type of technology? These are the key attributes for successful cryptocurrency projects. Now, the reason why I'm saying this is generally because these questions that you need to ask yourself are the same questions that big institutional investors are asking themselves. They're not going to put money into something that they don't see any type of value in the long term. Big investors look for cryptocurrencies that, are on a macro scale of how well they could do potentially in the long run. And that's what's important. If you want to make money in cryptocurrency as an investor, then you have to go after those projects that investors are asking themselves these type of questions, like what type of value and what type of potential is this gonna, is this project gonna bring for the new technology of Web3 decentralization? And there's many different categories of cryptocurrencies. So it's, it gets difficult when you start to play around with different narratives as far as investing goes, because you really want to master, a certain, few cryptocurrencies, narratives, so that you're not really spreading yourself out so thin that, basically it's an overload. You get to the paralysis by analysis, because you start to paralyze yourself by looking into so many different projects. And if you're looking into great projects, the data and information behind them is going to be so detailed. And so, you have to go in there, and a lot of times you get into a project and you start to research it, and you may not even know half of the verbiage that's listed in their roadmap or their white papers, and you go through it and you're like, it's like a brain fart. Because, and I get it, because I'm guilty of this too. I need to really go in there and pull out the phone and start looking up words that I never even heard of, or how it relates to whatever's coming out in that paragraph. So understanding fully of what you're reading is very critical, because sometimes technology, and when they start to explain technology, you get information like canisters, or oracles, or so on and so forth. So you really need to identify what those words mean, and then really be able to put it into context with a sentence to understand exactly what it does or what it's talking about, so that you could get the fullness. Like, you can literally understand, maybe you hear like the words horizontal scaling, and you have no clue what that is. And basically it's if you look at a horizontal line and you build something on it, you could continuously build it on that horizontal line, so it could spread out, and continuously move and grow forward. So that it's kind of like a never-ending deal, right? Because you could continuously grow horizontally and build a bigger and bigger structure. But with building that type of structure, you have to understand that there's more technology that has to support the building of that scale. So that's the type of stuff you got to understand. That's what you need to learn in order to be successful when researching cryptocurrency projects. And then, when you get into tokenomics and items like that, you have to understand, well, what does the tokenomics play into the value of a cryptocurrency project? Well, if you generally look at price on a cryptocurrency project, and you see that there's a market cap, and then there's supply, right? So you have your max supply, which essentially is just the total amount of cryptocurrency tokens that are available in crypto for the market. But then you have some tokenomics that have projects that have infinite supplies, and then you really have to understand, well, how are they going to be releasing their token distribution with an infinite supply, which is going to play a major role, because you could have essentially a cryptocurrency project that has a $200 per token valuation, with a $100 million, and I'm just throwing these numbers out there to give you an example, with a $100 million market cap, but you have an infinite supply. So now, say the supply is, halfway done, right? So say we had a 1 billion supply, and you have 500 million out in circulation. Well, you still have 500 million that are not in circulation, but you have an infinite supply on it. So then, they start to buy it up, the price goes up, but then they dump out, maybe another 1 billion tokens. Now you're going to get your current market cap is going to drop, and then you'll have more supply, less market cap, and a lower price. So you have to understand really what the projects are all about and how the tokenomics are really set up. So generally I like projects that are scarce, that they have scarcity, meaning that they have a max supply of, like, say 500 million tokens, with 92% in circulation, and now that becomes a scarce cryptocurrency, because at some point or another the scarcity is going to grow where you can't buy any of the cryptos no more of the tokens, because the supply is already out there, and there's really no more than that they could put out into the market. So it's essentially a weight game on when people are going to decide to sell, but that's ultimately going to drive the price, because now you're putting more money into the valuation of the token, because there's more of a demand, and the price will go higher as the tokens are decreasing in circulation. And then sometimes they use tokens for burning mechanisms and so on and so forth, just like Bitcoin, for example. Bitcoin is constantly deflating the supply of their tokens. So that's where we get these huge dollar valuations per Bitcoin tokens, because number one, it's one of the most demanded cryptocurrencies in the market. Second of all, it's the highest valuated cryptocurrency token in the market, and every 4 years they decrease the supply by their Bitcoin halving events, which is really coming up right around the corner. Generally what happens is these halvings kick off these huge cryptocurrency bull runs. So that's what we're anticipating. So this is what is very important for you to understand, how critical it is as an investor in cryptocurrency to know what's going to happen in the next year and a half or so. Essentially, if you've been in crypto and you've already really built your portfolio to where you want it, the next stages of this cryptocurrency bull run is very important for you and myself and other investors that are really ready to go into this bull run for to see the results of the performance of the cryptocurrency projects that we have invested in. Now, with the Bitcoin halving, generally what I've seen is anywhere from 6 to 12 months we have what is called the actual bull run, where we see parabolic pumps and increases in valuation in our cryptocurrency projects that we are investing in. Generally it's Bitcoin leads the way. Then we see Ethereum shortly after start to show dominance in the market, and then we see altcoin season, and then we have meme and microcap projects. So essentially it's like a waterfall, right? So the water starts heavily on top with Bitcoin and then falls down the stream going into Ethereum, and then from Ethereum pouring into altcoins and then into meme and micro. But I believe along the way you'll see parabolic runs on many cryptocurrency projects, and generally it's the ones that are very heavily involvement with communities. Okay, so I'm gonna throw it out there. So you have projects like Wan't, HBAR, ADA, XRP, all these projects that really haven't done much. When we've seen parabolic jumps through projects like ICP, Caspa, Render, Celestia, Veracity, Mina Protocol. So we've seen like a lot of these projects move, but we hadn't seen like HBAR, Quant, and XRP, so on and so forth, like all the ones we wanted to move. And that's because generally the retail and very small institutional investors move these other cryptocurrencies. Now the ones like XRP, ADA, so on and so forth, that have high market caps, they don't generally move until big institutional money is involved. And essentially when Bitcoin starts to move, when you see 60,000, 70,000 in Bitcoin, you'll see that these cryptos that we've been expecting and waiting and dollar cost averaging, putting blood, sweat, and tears, those things will start to pump like crazy. And you need to be really in tune with what's going on, because just as you could be expecting huge gains coming from these cryptos, and after they've already moved massively, you're going to expect, well, in altcoin season they're going to hit. Generally that might not be the case. So you really have to be savvy about when your cryptocurrency project is pumping. So if you're in those high market cap projects and you see massive pumps, you really need to take into consideration on taking profits when you can, because you don't want to be that guy that says, well it's it made some big gains, it's going to keep making big gains. So don't put yourself in that position where you'll lose out when you have an opportunity to take some money. All right, guys, hope you guys got something out of this video. I really just wanted to take you just down a road of really kind of understanding what cryptocurrency is about. If you're a seasoned investor, obviously this may be just a refresher for you, but if you're new to crypto, this might have been very impactful for you. So hopefully that did help out. Any questions you guys have, leave in the comments, guys. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, guys. Thank you for your time. Thank you for watching the video. Hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day. Take care, be blessed. I'll see you guys on the next one.